So sometimes I smoke cigarettes just to remember things. In fact, I smoke Winston's. They're supposed to be, let's just say this, they're naturally smooth. Okay, I'll catch you on a technicality there. They're naturally smooth. Big tobacco. I personally smoke Winston's, and that's all I can say as a cigarette smoker. So, yeah, as I had to cough. Yeah. So, it's literally like the acetylcholine. It's actually like a certain memory, a certain degree of like memory it gives you. It's really weird, but like the finer the tobacco, the better. You know, cigarettes is one way, pouches and chew is another way, because then you don't inhale smoke, yada yada. But 1 second. So I was just using Facebook, and you know, it's weird. I noticed something very like sketch that they were up to. I would assume from what I just dealt with that there's every interest in the book for me not to say the right thing here. But I'm sure there's some technicality I could catch them on if I was to dedicate all my time, but I'm just not that petty of a person to actually care, you know. I'm not that picky and petty. Yeah, but there's a fine line between, like, you'll have content to share, you'll have information to share, but they still want like certain titles, or how do you put it, they still want certain credentials and things for you to get to that place to then where you can then become like a teacher or a, so I'm having trouble remembering now, but that's funny. But an example of that would be like someone, well, I guess I can't think of that right now. That's too much of an issue. But they pretty much, I made a post like on Facebook. I said like I made like 10 posts in a row, right? And my 6 favorite ones, or like maybe 5 of them, like the best ones I felt like was the best. They precisely had the same exact intuition that those were the best ones, because they deleted all 5 of them. And they left the ones on there that were not as good. Precisely, exactly in tune with what I thought. This was very annoying. But it doesn't matter that much. It just worries me a little bit that they're hacking freedom of speech like that. Because it's in the middle grounds. Now, there is some technicality that could technically catch me on, buddy, and all this shit. But, so it's kind of in the middle grounds there, where there's some gay argument they can make. And I'm sorry, I should not have just said that. I should not have just said that word. I didn't mean to say. When I say that word, I mean happy. I mean fun. Yeah. In my terms, yes. So, as you can see, there's probably some interest, invested interest here. I'm not really sure. It doesn't really matter that much, but just, again, it just bugs me and worries me how they were that concerned that, like, my post was inflating my status, that they had to, like, delete it instantly and then send me some, and then all of a sudden all 5 of those posts that were like the best ones or the funniest ones, what I thought, all got deleted. And then the rest of them, I could just see how it worked. It like made me look retarded on purpose. Like it just struck me as like a little bit too petty, Facebook. Now I enjoy Facebook because, like, you know, you might be a writer and you can just get on there and write. You don't have to worry about editing a book. You don't have to worry about getting the whole thing ready. You can just like get the value itself. Like if you're someone that cares about the value itself of writing, for the getting with the program, like having people read what you wrote to help them, whether it be poetry, philosophy, self-help, and you just want to actually help a fan base or help people, however you want to put it, then, you know, using Facebook, Twitter is just a quick drug, like a quick data kind of way to just enter into that marketplace and quickly have people read your stuff and not have to go through editing a book and having it, you know, a rough draft, and then having it published and having it reviewed and then having it put in the paperback, you know, book or onto Audible. Like all the processes you have to get, it's so filtered. It's so filtered, when in all reality nowadays having no filter is like very valuable. Very valuable. You just have to learn how to, I've had this mistake happen myself, but having no filter goes both ways. You score big and you lose a lot, you know? Like there's a lot going on there when you have no filter in the marketplace. So, yeah. It was just funny how I just heavily intuitively sensed like this is the kind of humor that would, but technically like, that might like make some people laugh, girls or guys, and so they must be deleted. So, and it was a coincidence. It quickly sent me something like, we're sorry. You said you had already posted the same thing, is what it said. You had already posted the same thing, and I know for sure that's pretty much just like a troll face, like wink wink buddy. Like we don't like the fact that you have crack humor on here, because that's not incentivizing control, you know. It's really weird. But anyways, I actually like Facebook for that reason. You can just get on there and do that. But this goes hand in hand with like what's so good about it is what they just ruined. You know, so I actually, overall, I like Facebook. I think it's genius because you can just get on there, like I said, and just no filter. You can get on certain people's page who are astrologers, you know, they're into fitness, and it's just like a way to just channel, and you can reap all that, you can pan for gold and get all the little 1% gains and just find the little tiny little nuggets of gold or silver, whatever you want to call it, that add up over time into a big chunk of like a little bag full of just tiny nuggets, you know, and then you go cash that in for tons of money, metaphorically speaking or metaphysically speaking, whatever you want to call it. 1 second, I have to remember, sorry. So basically, essentially I was just on the toilet. Thumbing through. I was just like, you know, doing my thing and just making posts like I always do. I mean, that's where I'm always at. And I use that exact kind of like preface, you know, or whatever. Like I was totally joking, but they caught me on like what I literally said, and they took that and they deleted the ones that were the best ones. And I just noticed that it was like hand in hand with what I thought was happening, and then it freaked me out how that was like a reality. It was like kind of shocking. So yeah. It's like miniature Winston commercial breaks. This is like, I told you there was an invested interest. I got to be careful here before they catch me on some YouTube cancel culture of cigarette advertisement jokes, humor. It's really edgy to have no filter, because again, you'll have huge wins, but the bigger you are, the harder you'll fall, you know. But it's good that you're big. I mean, that's a joke. I mean, can we be adults here? So this reminds me of a time when I was in the residential center, and just how menial things were being The first thing that happens is we get a little bit of THC into the place, and you're not supposed to say the least. You're not supposed to. And somehow, you know, a certain individual and I had some THC in there. And the first thing that happens is this girl walks into the men's bathroom to check us out, you know, and just flies open the stall door. All barriers gone. Doesn't care if we're just in there. She was wrong about her suspicions, when in all reality we could have been just taking a shit. 2 guys in there in the stall, and she just flies open the door, you know, throws open the door, and she's like, "What are you guys doing in here?" And we're both just like, "We're in the restroom, like helping each other do each other's face with water, you know, or something like that. We're touching up each other's face here. We're doing a little look, like it's something guys do, like you wouldn't understand, you know, like go away, you're female." And so it's just funny, like that just reminded me, that just randomly came to mind, but like, and somehow we got away with that THC. They were not able to get it from us. But then just the whole, like the way like it started getting really freaky, like you know, right before this, some guy tells me like they're not allowed to touch you here, like they cannot touch you. And you know, as I have the THC like in the back, I was holding it and I set it behind my ass crack, and I was sitting there. He just comes up and like grabs my arm really hard, and he's like, he's like, "Stand up, where's the THC?" And it's just like, guys, you're breaking the rules now. Because we're breaking the rules, you decide that you're pissed off, so you're gonna break the rules too and start doing all these things that aren't even good to do. So now you're like this, now to my audience, you're like this anonymous, whoever you are out there that works at the residential center in Gardner, Kansas. Good riddance. You know, so all it was just a little bit of oil, and we were like, you know, doing it. And then we got another vape, THC vape, and they found that one too because someone ratted. So just, it got real, you know, it was really good stuff. It was really good stuff, but someone got like offered a deal or something like that, some incentive to like get out earlier or something. Really, it just started getting like, I don't know, it started getting kind of judgy, to say the least. So yeah, I feel dogged and abused. I feel like a rag doll. I feel like Robert the Doll. So if you think I'm like this fat ass, you think I'm this chubby fat ass who just smokes cigarettes to get lean, then, you know, don't come to my channel. And I mean that too. I mean that literally. What's up?
Can I turn off the TV?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to read my Bible for a few minutes.
That's fine.
Okay. Put a couple drinks in the fridge for you.
All right, I'll be in like 5 minutes.
I can't find the remote though.
Ooh, can you wait 5 minutes? Or should I come in real quick? Dad. Anyways, that's real light. That's no filter. I'm not gonna edit that out. That's real content. All right, so yeah, on to my point. That's a great story, right? But yeah, we must have like flushed it down the toilet. I guess that's how we got away, because they were pissed that we still had it. And I went to my room and I got so fucking high off some HHC. That was great. Now the reason I'm repping that, the reason I care so much about that, like, 1/4 of a gram that we had of the HHC cartridge that we were taking the oil out of, that we were putting into our mouths. The reason I think that that's like awesome, and that's like my bum and swag, my gross swag, is that that I got high. Ultimately, the fact that I got high, that's why it was awesome, because I got high, and we'll leave it at that. It's just that I have to rep like the cannabinoid users, any CBD users out there, you know, or anything like that. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna have to prepare my documents to make a part 2 to this video. All I'm gonna say is YouTube thought that I'll just tell you what it is. They thought that that was like some alpha male behavior, or like it was like some good humor, to the point where like it might have made, you know, like some guys / girls or anyone might have thought that that was funny, you know, so they had to delete it. So like that was my best content. Like that's my shine that you took. That's a piece of my soul. That's like a piece of this cookie. Okay, this cookie. Okay, it's been pre-rolled. This camera roll has been pre-rolled. Like this whole thing was pre-done. I sat here and said the whole thing. I pre-did it out here like a wild man, like Bigfoot. And then, so I'm just wondering what. Let's do the YouTube. Let's do the thumbnail together, okay? Here's the thumbnail, YouTube. Here's they would go for the yellow teeth. That's what they would do. Any little goofy face, you know, that's the thumb roll, the thumbnail. We don't have time for nails. That's too hard of an outcome. To name it nails is too hard of an outcome. So this went south coast. So yeah. So anyways, I guess in all reality I changed my mind. I'm not about to expose further into my pre-documented journalism. I'm not about to further expose. I've actually forgiven Facebook just right now in my meditations. I just realized to forgive them, that it's okay, that I was able to actually shine on YouTube instead. Okay, brother just wants to have a little bit of shine, like The Shining with Jack Craig, or Jack Nicholson, or whatever his name is. I'll slur my words all day if I want to. These cigarettes got me so fucking buzzed. I'll just trip off this low-grade cigarette. If you don't fuck with TDE, then I don't mess with you. No more smoking. Alright, that's it. I'm done. I'm done being funny. I'm done. That's it. I'm tapping out. I'm like the guy at the Grammys who like is this old actor who just sits there. I've taken the back seat at this point. I've just tapped out. I'm gonna let all the youth just shine. I'm just like this old school guy who's all buttery and all greasy, and I just, you know, goes and does like acupuncture and shit like that. All right, I'm done. Oh no, you know what? All right, thumbnail. Something all. Anything goes. Make the teeth look white. Just get on there and whiten my teeth, YouTube, so they'll be like scrubbing my teeth on there. We're done.